Apocalypto by Mel Gibson is a pro-life film. This may be common knowledge, but it wasn't common knowledge to me. I happened upon this thought about an hour ago after I'd finished cleaning my house, and I thought, darn, Mel, you're a genius. He made a pro-life picture, self-funded it. It has nothing even vaguely, remotely associated with Christianity whatsoever. There's nothing in the film that's Christian. But it's a pro-life film. Why is it a pro-life film? It's a pro-life film because it depicts an ancient civilization that sacrifices its own people, that sacrifices and kills its people, which is vividly depicted in the scenes of the Mayan pyramid, where people are sacrificed and there's bloodletting and there's virgins being killed and there's men and there's women being killed and there's hearts being ripped out of their bodies. And it's gory, and it doesn't make any sense, right? And at the end of the film, the conquistadors show up, and there's foreshadowing, and there's foreboding, and you realize that this civilization is about to go down the tubes because another civilization has come that's come to destroy their civilization. So what the heck does this have to do with pro-life? Well, what does America do? What does America do through Planned Parenthood? We sacrifice the innocents. We kill the children, the unborn. We kill the unborn babies. We kill thousands of them, millions of them. So why do we expect that there's not gonna, another civilization's not gonna come along and gonna take over us, our civilization? Because nothing that we do would be honorable to a god. Nothing that we do would be honorable to a great civilization. So, sidebar here, I think that not only does this film showcase a pro-life agenda, I think that I finally understand why Donald Trump is so pro-life and why he's running his administration in a pro-life fashion. And it's more of a, I guess a sophisticated, that's not the word I'm looking for, but yes, a more sophisticated way of looking at things. Okay, I'm not denying that Donald Trump is a Christian, and I'm not denying that he's not personally pro-life, and I'm not denying that abortion is evil. Abortion is very evil, but hear me out here. I think that Donald Trump is pursuing a pro-life agenda not only because it's wrong, but because he realizes that great civilizations do not destroy themselves from the inside out. So when Donald Trump looks at a civilization that sacrifices its own unborn, he realizes that this act, this act of Planned Parenthood and these other organizations that commit these abortions, it's a self-sabotaging act. It's a way to destroy a country, a nation, a cultural identity. When he says he wants to make America great again, it means to destroy the things that degrade and disrupt and destroy and corrupt our people and destroy our culture. And the number one thing killing American culture is abortion. And I think that a lot of Catholics would agree with me there. So, going back to Mel Gibson's film, it clearly shows a culture that has destroyed itself by engaging in the practice of human sacrifice, which is exactly the same thing that America does every day through abortion. So I really am impressed and I am proud of Mel Gibson, because he has informed the world, even subconsciously. Let me not say that. I'm not going to paint in broad strokes here, but I will say this. Mel Gibson's Catholic identity is shown in this film. I can tell that since he self-funded this film was made for himself. This film was made for his own point of view. It wasn't made to convert. It wasn't made to elucidate. It wasn't made to, change the world. But I think it was made because it shows how evil human sacrifice is. It shows how evil abortion is, and it shows how evil societies will no longer proliferate if they engage in this kind of practice. So I'll just make one final note if anyone doesn't know what I'm talking about. I'm sure there's going to be some comments about how they don't understand where I'm going with this. But I remember when I was in community college and I was taking philosophy 101, a professor handed out a piece of paper and they said, I want you to read about this civilization. I want you to read about this culture. And it was written in a rhetorically. It was written in a way that it makes you think that the civilization that's being described is 1,000 years old. This civilization engages in body modification, and this civilization engages in this practice and that practice, and you think it's a very primitive old civilization that's ignorant and doesn't know what it's doing. But then, the professor pulls the wool from over your eyes and says, "Hey guys, this civilization is our civilization. Body modification." I'm sorry, that's the only one thing I remember from it, but I wish I could find the exact thought experiment. But what I'm saying is that's sort of this whole philosophy 101 thing that was done in my class is sort of what Mel Gibson did on the silver screen with Apocalypto. He showed this other civilization, this other language, this other people, and that had nothing to do with our civilization. That's thousands of years displaced from our civilization, but in reality, it's not so different. And what we do in our civilization is just as primitive and grotesque as what they were doing in their civilization. The gory thing they do of ripping the heart out of these warriors and in the film, things like that. We do the same thing through our practice of abortion, of killing all these people, these unborn babies. And it's disgusting. But I want to know what you guys think about that. Thanks. Bye.